I sometimes read public domain books here on Leaves of Glen, and they were written a long time ago, so they're usually racist or sexist or bigoted. But in there somewhere and all that is a story, and that's why those stories are famous. Other times, I read works from independent authors, and they're delightfully not racist, but they might have adult language or adult situations. So that's your warning, but I'm sure you are grown up enough to handle it. Don't write to me complaining. Do I feel anything now? No. Do I feel anything now? No. Oh, hello. You just caught me here in the halls of Leaves of Glen. I just got my second shot for COVID, and everyone says, the side effects. You get sore muscles and you get a fever, or maybe you're just real sleepy. So I've been waiting around all day, and nothing's happened. So that's uneventful. But this week we're going to read The Egg by Andy Weir. The story of a man who learns that he's been everyone in history, including you. About the author, Andy Weir was born June 16th, 1972, roughly a year before me, so he's also old and gross. He's an American novelist whose debut novel in 2011, The Martian, was later adapted into a film of the same name and directed by Ridley Scott in 2015. He received the John W. Campbell Award for the Best New Writer in 2016. He also worked as a computer programmer for much of his life. Do you want to hear some fun facts? Sure, let's hear some fun facts about him. The rapper Logic used, quote, The Egg as an inspiration for his album, Everybody, released in 2017, reimagined in the interlude track, The Waiting Room, and featuring Neil deGrasse Tyson as God. In honor of the story's 10-year anniversary, the popular YouTube channel Kurzgesagt made an animation based on the story with Weir's permission, released on the 1st of September, 2019. And I saw that animation, which is how I got introduced to the short story, and thought, that's neat. And so I sat in the back of my mind, and then when I was looking for philosophical short stories, this one came up. I don't know if it's public domain, and it's probably not. He's got it posted on a frickin' website from 2009, and it looks like a 2009 website. It's just a white page with my blog and then this story that he wrote. It really tries to show off how you can click on an anchor to bookmark where you left off, because that was like high technology back then in 2009. So I'm just going to read it and hope for the best. I don't hear the clock bell going off, which means I still got to keep finding things to talk about. So let's read some more fun facts. Weir is best known for his published novel, The Martian. He wrote the book to be as scientifically accurate as possible, and writing included extensive research into orbital mechanics, conditions on the planet Mars, the history of manned spaceflight, and botany. Originally published as a free serial on his website, free, some readers requested to make it available on Amazon Kindle. First sold for 99 cents, the novel made it to the Kindle bestsellers list. Weir was then approached by a literary agent and sold the rights of the book to Crown Publishing Group. So hopefully The Egg is public domain and I don't get sued. The print version, slightly edited from the original of the novel, debuted at number 12 on the New York Times bestseller. The Wall Street Journal called the novel the best pure sci-fi novel in years. It was made into a film starring Matt Damon and Jessica Chastain, which was released on October 2nd, 2015. Really? The bell hasn't gone off yet? I have to fill the air now. I got my shot today, my second one. And the nurse was nice. And the nurse made a joke at one point because apparently they're running out of people to take the vaccine. So they say, do you know anyone that wants it? And I was like, really? Wow. Because it took me forever to get in here. And I said, I can try and ask some people. And then she's like, well, if you can't get anyone, I could always give you my number. And you could text me their names so we can get them in. And I was like, And then I walked out and then realized, I think she wanted to give me her number. And this is the reason why I'm still single. The bell still hasn't gone off. You're kidding me. I have nothing left. My dryer. A guy came to fix my dryer right after the shot. Oh, there it is. Well, the guy came to fix the dryer, and he says, it's fixed. Did it, and he left. And I tried to wash some clothes and dry them, and the dryer stopped working. So, my clothes are still dry and starchy like cardboard. But with that, let's get into the story. The Egg by Andy Weir. You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident, nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered that you were better off. Trust me. That's when you met me. What happened? You asked. Where am I? You died, I said, matter-of-factly. No point in mincing words. There was a truck, and it was skidding. Yep, I said. I died? Yep. But don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies, said. You looked around, and there was nothingness. Just you and me. What's this place? You asked. Is this the afterlife? More or less, I said. Are you God? You asked. Yup, I replied. I'm God. And my kids, my wife, you said. What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died, and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like as some man. Or possibly a woman. Some vague authority figure, maybe. More of a grammar school teacher than the Almighty. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved. To be fair, your marriage is falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved. You said. So what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither, I said. You'll be reincarnated. You said. So the Hindus are right. All religions are right in their own way, I said. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular, I said. It's just nice to walk while we talk. So, what's the point then, you asked? When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter. Not so, I said. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. That's weird. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet or felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point in doing that with each life. How many times am I reincarnated then? Oh, lots. And in lots to different lives, I said. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You stammered. You sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically, time as you know it only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from, you said. Oh, sure, I explained. I come from somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait. If I get reincarnated to other places of time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know it's happening. So what's the point of it all? Seriously? I asked. Seriously? You asking me the meaning of life? Isn't it a little stereotypical? Well, that's a reasonable question, you persisted. I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe is for you to mature. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you. I made the whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become larger and greater in intellect. Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else, I said. The universe is just you and me. Well, you stared blankly at me. But all the people on Earth. All you. Different incarnations of you. Wait, I'm everyone? Now you're getting it, I said with a congratulatory slap in the back. I'm every human being that ever lived? Or will ever live? Yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln? And you're John Wilkes Booth, too, I added. I'm Hitler? You asked, appalled. And you're the millions he killed. Yeah, ooh, am I Jesus? And you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimize someone, I said, you're victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human being was, or will be, experienced by you. Oh, you thought for a long time. Why, you asked me. Why do all this? Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Whoa, you said, incredulous. You mean I'm God? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. But once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, you said, is just an egg, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life, and I sent you on your way. Well, that was the shortest thing I've ever read. I didn't even have time to try and persuade you to meet me up in the master bedroom, where we could make sex. But, so, let's just recap what happened in this book, the short story. It's shorter than a short story, it's like a snippet. Man dies and finds out that he is God, and also, everyone. What's good about this? Well, that's comforting to find out that you're everyone. So if you make someone feel bad, you don't have to feel bad about it because it was just you. What sucks is to find out that you're living in this desolate place with copies of you everywhere that you walk around. And there's no one else different or interesting to excite your intellect. What did we learn? We learned, I had a friend a long time ago, I went back in my Buddhist days, and he was really into a lot of esoteric stuff, and he said, I don't care if I hurt someone's feelings, it's just me, I'm only hurting my own feelings. And I said, well, that's an easy out, you're a turd, and why would you say something so horrible? And he said, shut up, Glenn, and then I said, I don't like you anyways. But this puts into light the concept of when you see someone being a turd at the grocery store, or maybe they won't wear a mask and they're throwing a fit and they have to get hauled out by the police and everything. What kind of a jackass does something like that? Well, now you can understand why it's just you. Why are you getting mad at somebody at work for not treating you with the respect you feel that you deserve? It's because it's just a version of you beating up on yourself. And why do you dislike someone over there? The one with the red pants, or maybe like wearing a leather jacket. You're just like, God, I just hate the sight of you. I just want you to burst into flames. It's only because you hate aspects of yourself. So, that's interesting. And I guess that's pretty much it. So what? The Buddhist guy who was mean to people or, slept around a lot and hurt a lot of people's feelings, was he a good man? No. But he would excuse his behavior by saying, I'm just a version of that person I slept with that I treated poorly. And so, I guess in the end, it's all okay. So I guess the point of this is, don't learn from anything you've done. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Well, this was short, but it's also the weekend, so screw you. And I can say screw you because I don't play advertisements and I don't ask for money. So, I can do whatever the hell I want. With that, tune in next week as I dive back into David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. Not looking forward to it. I have like 30 more chapters to go, to the point where I wouldn't expect anyone to listen to my podcast based on just how many chapters there are dedicated to that story. But gotta finish what I started. My God, I want to move on to something else. All right, talk to you next week. Well, it appears you found me in the part of the podcast I hate the most, where I tell you all about the places on the internet where you can find me. You can tell I hate this because of the sound effects making it sound like a stormy night in the drawing room of the damned. Now, there's that. Are you cool? I like cool people. It's the reason why I got involved in this business to begin with, just to meet cool people, not losers. So if you're cool, feel free to go over to my website, nuzzlehouse.com. You can see a backlog of everything I've ever read, along with episodes from the Book Boys and blah, blah, blah. You can also find me on Instagram, which is House Nuzzle. And conveniently enough, Twitter, which is also @HouseNuzzle. Annoyingly, YouTube made me pick a name instead of just a House Nuzzle, so I got Glenn Nuzzles. So I guess you search for that if you want to watch a screen that doesn't do anything and just hear my voice. And since I think you might be cool, you can always just email me directly, glenn.nuzzles@gmail.com. But don't email if you're a nerdlinger or a dork. Now, back to business. Can't believe I drank all of them already. There's got to be one left.